Alright, what is going on, everybody? We are live. Just posted in the Discord that we are live. Everything should be up and going. Awesome. Alright. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the counter pulled up. Give me 1 second here. There it is. Okay, perfect. Alright, happy Saturday, everybody. We are continuing our Mew hunt in Pokemon Emerald. I took yesterday off because I was not feeling good. I had to do a couple things yesterday, and I was really not feeling good. My hip was really painful yesterday, so I ended up resting and was not feeling up to sitting in my chair and doing anything. So, we're back, though, and we're going to get started. I am thinking today is the day. I'm feeling really good about today. It's a Saturday, and it feels like a really good day to get a shiny. So, hopefully we get this shiny Mew today. Alright, 1,135. Yo, what's going on, Nerdhoon? We hope so. I hope so. I really hope so. I have a good feeling about today. Can't hear me. Let me see here. Let me turn the mic up a little bit. Okay, let me know if you can hear me now. Just adjusted the audio settings. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. Better? Okay, awesome. Fantastic. How's your day? My day was good so far. It's still pretty early for me. It's 11:30 here right now, so the day has been kind of slow so far. Not too much going on. Pretty excited to be shiny hunting, and yeah, it's going good so far. How about you, Nerdhoon? How's your day been? Hopefully it's been good. $9 p.m. making something for dinner? Gotcha. What are you having for dinner? Anything specific you're thinking about? In India, there are various types of curries with miso, so I'm going with chicken butter curry. It's spicy with some rice and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Chapti? I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce it. Made of flour. That sounds really good. That sounds really, really good. Chapati. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate it. Very cool. Yeah, I have not had curry in a while. There used to be this place where I lived previously that had really good food. They had like a lot of curry that they would make, and they had like naan bread that they would make, and they just had such good chicken. Like all their food was really good, and I used to go there a lot. And after I moved, I haven't found a place around here that has the same kind of food, unfortunately. But I've been craving it lately, so I might have to see if there's somewhere around here that has that. I can only imagine how good it is over there in India. I'm sure it's delicious. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be thinking about that all day now. Now I'm going to want that for, like, dinner. I will say I live in the northern part of India here, so you can get every type of food, Korean, Chinese, Italian, seafood, everything available in the world. That's awesome. Very cool. You live in the capital of India. Oh, very cool. Yeah, having like a bunch of like diverse food options is definitely always awesome. Especially like if they're like really good and like good quality of all those different types of foods. Definitely always ideal. I feel like where I lived before, there was a lot of different food types everywhere. It was in like the southwest, like kind of like near Mexico. So like you got a lot of like really authentic like Mexican food, and it was really really good, like really fresh. I feel like over here, I'm on the East Coast now, and I feel like they have a lot more like seafood and stuff, like much more like fresh seafood. Much more Italian stuff over here too, which is really good. So yeah, it just kind of, I guess, depends where you are. Some places have things, you know, that are always going to be a little better than others. But being in a place that has like a lot of different types of foods is really cool. I went to a hibachi place like a week ago or so now, and the food there is so good. They have like really good sushi, and they have like really good just like hibachi that they make and stuff. It's so good. India is quite big, so from northern to western, the whole ecosystem changes. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. And I think you mentioned during the last stream that like it has like the biggest population too. So like the amount of people there, you know, you're gonna experience so many different types of like cooking and stuff because there's just so many people there, and everybody, you know, has like their own style and stuff. So I'm sure it's an amazing experience. India is very dense in climate. Gotcha. I've heard people say that it's a really cool place to like to visit, like a special, excuse me, I can't speak right now, especially for like the cultural aspects of it and like the food aspects of India. Like people have said really good things about it. What would you recommend, like, if somebody was gonna go to India to, like, visit for the first time? What do you think, like, a good part of India to visit would be? Like, as far as, like, stuff to, like, see or experience or, like, foods to eat? You can find ice mountains in northern and deserts in the eastern and mangrove forests in the western, and then seacoast off of... I'm gonna probably mess up the pronunciation of this. Tamil Nadu? I don't know if I said that right, which is humid. So basically, from what it sounds like, because of the size that India is, it sounds like there's a lot of different, like, aspects of the actual, like, area itself, like the terrain and stuff. So, like, ice mountains, deserts, mangrove forests, and then, like, sea coasts. That's really cool. I like places like that because then, like, not only, again, are you getting diverse foods and stuff, but, like, you're getting diverse environments. So, like, you're getting to, like, experience different types of, you know, environments, which is really cool. That was one of the things I liked about where I lived before, too, because, like, predominantly it was mostly desert, and then, like, when you went up north, it would be, like, mountains and forests, and then, like, you know, you went, like east, I guess, and you kind of get into, like, Colorado, which is more mountains and forests and stuff, and, you know, it's cool. It's a cool place, you know? But being in a place where you can just, like, go to all those different environments, that's really cool. But yeah, I'm curious what you'd recommend as a place to visit in India. Just, like, your kind of opinion on what you think a good place would be. Because I've heard really good things. Alright. If you're just joining the stream, we are Shiny Hunting Mew in Pokemon Emerald. We are at 11:49 right now, about to be at 11:50 in just a moment. Every part is so different, but in the middle where I live, there's no such language barrier, and also there's people from every place because it's the capital. You can easily experience, like, much stuff there. Okay. So it sounds like the capital itself would be kind of a good option, because just like you said, there's no language barrier and just, like, so much to experience. Very cool. Tall white guy in India, be easy to pick you out of a crowd. Yeah, I think I pretty much would be kind of out of place in most places. For those of you who don't know, I'm 6'6", so I'm pretty tall. And I kind of get a lot of looks anywhere I go, so it's just kind of the way it is. But yeah, that would be really cool to experience, though. I think the type of countries that I really would like to visit, that's always been, like, at the top of my list, I definitely want to visit Japan, just for, like, the aspect of, like, how fun and cool it would be. Like, so many of the things that I love come from Japan, and then getting to experience, like, the culture and, like, the nature and the food and stuff in Japan would be amazing. And then, like, the other places I really want to go would be, like, Norway, Greenland, Sweden, Iceland, Finland, any of, like, the kind of Denmark, any of those places, because that's, like, my heritage. That's kind of, like, what a lot of my ancestors were, so I think it'd be really cool to do that, and really get to experience all that. And it's just so beautiful there, getting to see, like, the northern lights and stuff, and, like, do some, like, really cool naturey stuff with, like, mountains and like, I don't know, it just seems really cool to me. I've always wanted to do that. Be cool to be the tallest person in a country, too. I mean, hey, you never know. I guess it's a myth, but kind of average male height is 5'8", you're 5'10". Okay, gotcha. Yeah, my fiance and I, we've talked about, like, places that we want to go. Definitely Europe is one of those places that, like, we both want to go to at some point. I think she more so wants to go to, like, Italy and, like Greece, places like those, which are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Those are beautiful places, and I think that'd be really cool to see. I think it's a lot of cool stuff to experience pretty much anywhere you go. So I would be happy to go anywhere, honestly. Travel before you start for the kid. Trust. Yeah, no, I imagine. I've heard that from a lot of people, that like you definitely want to explore and travel and like do the stuff that you want to try and do before having a kid, because it definitely complicates it, if not potentially makes it impossible. So that's a good life lesson right there. I think honestly, like, even just something simple as starting out, like going to Canada or something, is something we've talked about doing, because it's really not terribly far. We've driven up to like my hometown in New York, which is like an hour from Canada, so we've done that drive a couple times now. Like, seriously, just adding like another hour or so on and going to Canada is definitely doable. So we've talked about doing that. I think that would be kind of a fun start. I had always imagined like an ideal kind of like adventure trip would be like going to Canada, and then from Canada going up north, like to go to like the islands to get to Greenland. That whole area would be so cool to explore. You're playing Pokemon Rogue on another tab right now? Wave 145. You know, okay. So that's actually a really good thing you brought up, Nerdhoon, because I just saw like Pokemon Rogue the other day. I was very intrigued by it. I had not really heard about it, and I'm not 100% still sure about all the details of it, but it looked intriguing, and I think it's something I might want to try at some point. I think it could be kind of fun to like maybe even like stream or record or something, so I might look into that. Be careful there in Canada. Don't fall and get put in the hospital for free, right? Yeah. Free healthcare. That's funny. Okay. 11:55. You should try it on stream? Yeah, I think I will. I think it'll be something that would be fun. Like, I was just watching like a little bit of someone playing it the other day and was like, wow, this seems really intriguing. So I think one of these times might have to stream that. Would be curious to see how it goes. Alright. I don't know, guys. I'm feeling really good about today. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling extra good. And I think today could be the day. We might get Shiny Mew today. It's a Saturday. And, I don't know. Good vibes today. Alright, so all this talk about traveling and food has got me thinking of a question. So I'm going to ask you guys, what would you say is your favorite food? It could be anything, any type of like food. Just curious what your favorite food is. I would probably say for me, probably Italian food. If I had to narrow it down, I would probably say something like stuffed shells or manicotti. I very much so love the combination of cheese and pasta and tomato. I just think it's delicious. So that would be my answer. Also ricotta cheese specifically, so it's kind of like a common thing in most of those dishes. I don't know, I just really like it. So I'm curious what you guys would say is your favorite food. There you are. Alright, 1,159. I'm not going to try to pronunciate that, Colin, but it's Vietnamese food. That sounds good. I have to say, I haven't really had Vietnamese food before. It's actually something that I really want to try. I don't think I've really come across the opportunity to try it yet. But that's actually on my list of things to try. So I'm going to have to remember that, because when I do try Vietnamese food, I'll have to give that a try. Alright, 1,160. You know what my rival in Pokemon Rogue pulled? Weird secret shiny Rayquaza. What? No way. Bad enough he pulled out a Rayquaza, but he's got a shiny Rayquaza? That's crazy. It seems like a pretty good rival. Okay. Hey, Colin, did you do your roll for the number today? I'm curious, what's today's number? Because if it's in the thousands, then that goes along with how I'm feeling about today's luck. You should check Discord general chat. All right, let me take a look. Let's see what we got here. What the heck? That looks insane. It doesn't even look like the normal shiny Rayquaza, because it's like, usually shiny Rayquaza is the black with like the yellow. This one's like a black gray with green. That looks sick. Level 129? Okay, so I think that's one of the things where I was noticing that they seem to be higher level than like typical Pokemon. Like usually, you know, level 100 is the cap. So they go over level 100. That's crazy. Yeah, it's got level 129 and 4 HP bars. That's insane. Well, good luck. That's wild. But yeah, Colin, I'm curious what the number for today is going to be. Because I don't think you rolled it already. I didn't see it earlier. But I'm hoping that it's going to be 1,000 something. Because I have a good feeling about today. Oh, I messed this one up so bad. There we go, got it. I feel like my concentration is very off right now. I have not had any caffeine, and I remember, like, when I woke up this morning, I was feeling very, very tired, despite sleeping, like, 9 hours. So, I think I'm going to crack open some caffeine and try and get my focus. Okay. There we go. You defeated the Rayquaza, but I don't know how to tackle the rest of the 5 Mons. Oh, man. Well, hopefully they're not as challenging as that Rayquaza. That's crazy. Oh no, you lost? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. So in Pokemon Rogue, does it like let you retry, or like when you lose, does it like restart? Like I still don't know a lot about it, so you'll have to forgive me. 6,676 is the number today? No. That's not what I want to hear. I was hoping for something in the 1,000s. Yikes. Well, maybe we can beat Fate and we'll get something despite that roll. Who knows? Rerun from level 5. Oh, so you have to restart? That's rough. Yikes. Is there like an actual like end to it? Like where you actually like win Nerdhoon, or do you just like keep going endlessly? I messed this one up. There we go. You head till level 200. You're on level cap 136. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to try that out. I think it would be pretty fun. I think like the one thing I saw from the other person that was playing it, they mentioned that like you get like random items or like drops or something, and you have to like pick what you take with you or whatnot. I forget exactly how it works, but it seemed really cool. Yeah, okay, cool. Is it free? I think that's probably a silly question, but again, I don't know. Is it like a free thing that you can just like play? If you did the Deoxys hunt, would you have to do the entire event thing, chasing the triangles every time? Okay, so to answer that, Colin, I believe what you would want to do is you do the puzzle for the triangle, which I've actually practiced doing, so, like, I actually am familiar with how you do it, even though I say that and I probably would mess it up. You do the puzzle for Deoxys, and then you save right before you click on the triangle where you actually encounter Deoxys. So basically, that's the point that you just want to make sure and save at, and so all you have to do is just restart your game, and then just click A, basically, and it'll start the encounter with Deoxys. So you don't have to do the puzzle every time, thankfully, because that would be insane. It's free, it's a website. Okay, cool. So, yeah, definitely, especially if it's free, absolutely would be something I want to try. It would probably be just a matter of literally, like, capturing the actual web page in OBS and be able to stream that, so that definitely is something I will try and do at some point, because that sounds really fun. So, I was trying to work on something yesterday while I was not feeling well, because I was like, well, if I'm not going to stream, you know, I'll try and do some research and figure out some stuff. So, I was looking into other hunts that I want to do after Mew, which, of course, I've already mentioned. Deoxys is one of them in Emerald, so it's the same game. There's Manaphy, which, again, is going to be a little difficult because it's with Pokemon Ranger and then a copy of either Pearl, Diamond, or Platinum, which I have. I can do that one. It's just going to be really time-consuming. And then one of the other ones that is on my list that's a little bit more elusive because I don't have it, and it's kind of hard to get, is the Shiny Jirachi hunt with the Coliseum bonus disc that you have to get for GameCube, and then you play it on the GameCube, and then you use the transfer cable to your Game Boy, and you can send one Jirachi per save file in Ruby or Sapphire, and if you don't get it shiny, you restart and have to create a new save file for the Ruby or Sapphire game. So that's going to be insane. So I was looking around to kind of see, like, hey, well, how much does a, you know, Coliseum bonus disc even go for? And most people that are selling them from like $200 to $300, and that's with the disc in like perfect condition and like with the case that comes with it, you know, that says Pokemon Coliseum bonus disc. I don't really necessarily care about the case. I mean, like, sure, if you're gonna charge an extra $100 or whatever for the case, I don't need it, you know? I guess for like the collecting purposes, people probably want a case, but I could literally get a GameCube case and I could print out the thing and just put it in the case if I really wanted to. Let's be honest, okay? What about Shiny Celebi from Coliseum? Okay, so Shiny Celebi, I actually have. I'm good on Shiny Celebi. I actually already got that one. It's covered, so I don't actually need to hunt that one. But yeah, that would have been one of the things I might have had to do for Shiny Celebi, is either do the event in Lilac's Forest where you have to go to the shrine and reset for Shiny Celebi, and or do the bonus disc for Celebi. But thankfully I have Shiny Celebi, so I don't have to worry about that. But while looking into the bonus disc for Jirachi yesterday, there was this one guy who was selling the disc, and just the disc, no case. And, you know, I was kind of like, I don't know, that seems a little odd, but I'll you know, reach out and just kind of see what's what. Messaged him, asked him if it's working, if it's in, like, proper condition. He sent a picture of, like, the top of the disc, the bottom of the disc, and then sent, like, images of him loading it into the GameCube, like, saying, like, yeah, it works, it definitely works. And he was, like, the best price that I had seen, and it was one of those things where, like, I bookmarked it, right, because I'm considering it. Obviously, right this second, I've got my hands full because I still want to do Mew, I still got to do Deoxys, I've got other ones that are much more easy for me to already do and readily available. But I have that bookmarked because when the time comes, if it's not sold, I'm going to try and see if I can acquire that. Or perhaps maybe as a birthday gift, because my birthday is in July, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Shiny Jirachi is going to be something else. Literally, I mean, it's kind of the same idea with Manaphy. You just transfer the Pokemon to the game, and if it's not shiny, you have to restart that game and then retransfer it every time. It's not terribly hard, but it's going to be kind of like a test of patience. The one good thing with Shiny Jirachi is that due to like a coding error, rather than it being 1 in 8,192, I believe it's like 1 in 7,000 something. So it's slightly better odds, but it's still not like amazing odds. So it doesn't really matter either way. It's going to be a hunt regardless. But I was doing some research yesterday while I wasn't streaming, trying to look into future endeavors. What other Pokemon games give you cool encounters for 100% of the game? Yeah, that's true. That is true. So, yesterday, there was a pretty cool Pokemon thing that happened yesterday. There was a bunch of YouTubers who got together, and they've already done a couple of these challenges already, where they have 24 hours to try and catch every shiny Pokemon from a generation. They did not do Generation 1. I think they were a few off, and then when they tried to do Generation 2, I think they missed one Pokemon. They were off by one Pokemon. I think it was Raikou that they couldn't get, which is crazy because they got everything else. And then yesterday was their Generation 3 attempt, and they absolutely crushed it. They got all 135 Generation 3 Pokemon with 11 hours to spare. Like, I don't even know how they did that. Yeah, Game Boy Luke was in it. Yeah, I was watching some of that. PM7, Game Boy Luke, a bunch of PokeTubers were doing that. And it was so cool that they actually got it this time. Like, I was really hoping that they'd be able to get it, so I was really happy that they got all 135. But I have to say this, I don't know who got Shiny Deoxys, but I need to go find out, first of all, who got it and watch it, because I'm really curious how quickly they got it, because I would have popped off if I got it in, like, you know, under 24 hours. That's insane. Or Jirachi, for that matter. Who got Jirachi? I gotta see that, too. But PM7's idea, yeah. You didn't watch the Gen 3 video yet? I don't know if he's put it out yet, because he had just put out the Generation 2 video, like, before the Generation 3 stream. Are they multi-boxing it on legit hardware? I don't know. That's the thing, Colin. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't get to watch, like, the whole thing. I saw, like, bits and pieces from, like, a couple of the streamers, but, like, I don't know who did the Jirachi, I don't know who did the Deoxys, but I need to find out, and I want to find out what the method was, because I'm curious. Because getting those in under 24 hours, like, with 11 hours to spare, essentially, is crazy. You've seen the Gen 2 video? Yeah, I saw that too, Nerdtoon. It was good. I liked it. Again, it was really sad that they were one off from finishing that. But I'm really glad that they got Gen 3 complete. I think Generation 4 will be a fun one, too. It's going to be kind of challenging, though, because, I mean, some of those Pokemon, like Arceus specifically, is going to be really difficult, because you have to not only have beaten Legends Arceus, and then you have to get the National Dex in BDSP, and then you can try and start hunting for Arceus. And then, like, Darkrai, if you didn't get the members card during the mystery gift, which was, like, limited time, you're not getting Darkrai. And then the other thing is, I don't think you can do Shaman unless you got Oak's Letter during the limited time either. So, I don't know how they're going to get those. So, yeah, they're going to have a tough time if they do Generation 4. Luckily, Palkia and Dialga and Giratina, those ones are, like, pretty easy to go ahead and get. And then, like, the Lake Trio is definitely doable. I don't really think there's anything else in Generation 4 that's that difficult, but they for sure have multiple tabs and or screen going. Shiny Mythicals are incredibly annoying to get. Absolutely. What's going on, Magnetic Games? I completely agree with you. Is your profile picture Levi? Because if it is, which I think it is, that's awesome. Gotta love Levi. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Shiny Feebas is not too bad once you find your tile. Right. I think from what I understand, a lot of the Pokemon YouTubers yesterday were like hatching eggs. They were doing like Masuda method, which makes perfect sense because a lot of them you can hatch and it's increased shiny odds. It's not even annoying because of the shiny hunt. It's annoying to even start shiny hunting them. It's Noseless Levi. Oh, it's so small, I couldn't even make out the fact that he doesn't have a nose. That is so funny. I love it. Yeah, I agree though. Just not even just the shiny hunting them, but to start shiny hunting them. The amount of hoops that you have to jump through to like get to the point where you can start shiny hunting most of the mythicals and legendaries, it's crazy. But it also makes it fun. Because, like, I feel like a lot of the shiny hunts nowadays are much easier, and it's the challenging ones that are pretty cool, and it's been the challenging ones that I've wanted to do for years, so it's really cool to actually be starting to do them. Get a Slugma and start running with eggs. Yeah, exactly. Literally. The second that they introduced Flame Body as a mechanic to be able to, like, halve your hatching time was such a brilliant mechanic in Pokemon. It makes hatching so much better. And then the same thing with, like, Masuda methods and, like, when they introduced the Destiny Knot and the Everstone for IVs and Natures, literally, breeding Pokemon became so much more fun with all that. Technically, Mew isn't even normally available to hunt. Right, exactly. Like, you literally have to have, like, an event that was very limited just to be able to get Mew. And, like, in the case of most people that are doing the shiny hunt, you have to pretty much technically kind of bend the rules a little bit just to get to this spot. And then obviously, like, you're still doing a completely legitimate shiny hunt, but, like, just to get to this place is one of those things where it's, like, absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness. Slugma with a very fertile ditto in the daycare. Yeah, exactly. Alright, Mew, come on. I literally can't walk to the left. There we go. It wasn't letting me talk to Mew. I was like, I can't go left because he's standing in front of me, but it wouldn't let me click A. That was really weird. Okay. Well, that would have been funny if that had been the shiny, because it was being difficult, but alas, it's not. Type No was also really annoying for me to get. Currently working on a full shiny living dex, and mythicals haven't been as bad as I thought. Yeah, me too. I kind of started wanting to do a shiny living dex, and this is one of the first, like, difficult hunts that I decided to do. But yeah, I've heard Type No is annoying, and that's one of those ones where, like, I'll have to do that at some point as well. What number are you at, Magnetic Games? I'm curious. What's your total right this second? In Pokemon Go, there was a paywall Mew encounter of 1 of 1 that had normal shiny odds. Yeah, they had a Master Research one that you could basically get a guaranteed shiny Mew encounter, which is like, it's a shiny Mew, and it's like a legitimate shiny Mew, but, you know, you had to kind of get that specific research and then accomplish it. I did not get that one. I actually don't think I ever was aware of it until after the fact, but I've been told about it after, and people were like, oh, you could have done that, and you could have avoided having to shiny hunt Mew. 662 with 30-something from Go? Nice! 662, that's a great number. I think I'm at, like, 210 right now myself. And it's, like, a combination of, like, Pokemon Go, Pokemon, like, Pokemon Violet, Scarlet, Legends Arceus, pretty much like all the games. You had to pay for it as well. Yeah, I think I remember hearing that. You had to definitely pay for that specific research, which is kind of like, you're kind of paying for a shiny Pokemon. But I mean, you're still technically working for it, because a lot of the research ones, like, especially like the Master Apex ones, are crazy. Like, I think I have one right now in Pokemon Go. It's like the one that you get Shiny Shaman with. And you have to catch 400 and like almost 500 of every Pokemon from every generation. It's crazy. Credit card boss, yep. Definitely a lot of help from Dynamax Adventures and just sitting with lures and Let's Go Eevee. Yeah, Dynamax Adventures has been really fun. I've enjoyed doing that. It's one of those things that, like, I did one stream of it, and it was really fun. A lot of people actually participated. And I want to do Dynamax Adventures again and get some people to join and stuff. One of the ones that I'm hunting currently in Dynamax is Latios. I've kind of taken a little break from it because this has been my main focus. But I'm at like 60-something attempts for Latios, like successful attempts. I haven't counted the fails because, you know, I don't want to cry, so I haven't counted those. I've only counted the successful ones. Best odds in Dynamax Adventures is 1 in 25. Exactly, which is insane for shinies. When you have your shiny odd, or your shiny charm, that is such a good chance. Yeah, exactly. And the diverse amount of Pokemon that are in the Dynamax Adventures, like, you can get some really cool shiny Pokemon. It's awesome. I've gotten a bunch that way. I want to definitely do some more. Not too bad with the Pokewalker catching mass amounts of Pokemon. Right. You know, I had the initial, like, Pokemon Walker that they made. It was, like, the teardrop-shaped one. I liked that one. But, like, they've made other ones, like the, what is it, the Poke Plus, that, like, has, like, a better catch rate and stuff and whatnot. And people have said that that one's better. Plus, it's a 4 Pokemon per adventure, so a lot of times, even if you don't get the Pokemon you want, you definitely get something. Exactly. Like, a lot of the times that I've gotten a shiny Pokemon in a Dynamax adventure has been on, like, a fail attempt. Like, oh, I didn't get Latios, but guess what? I got a shiny of one of the other 3, or, you know, it's totally worth it. I'm tired of playing Pokemon Rogue. You know, maybe take a break from it then. It seems crazy to me. From what I've heard from you today, and what little tiny bits I've seen of it, it seems insane. But yeah, being in 660s, that's crazy. Well, congrats, because that is awesome. My goal is to try to get to 300 by the end of the year. Like I said, I'm at 210 right now, so I just need 90 more. I don't think it's completely unreasonable. I've had, like, certain weeks where I get a lot of shiny Pokemon, like if I'm playing different Pokemon games. So I think it's definitely doable. It'll feel really good to definitely get this hunt accomplished. And possibly another one of the mythicals, maybe this year. If we get Mew done in, like, a reasonable time, then I'm going to try and move on to, like, Deoxys. And maybe we'll get both of those done by the end of the year. That'd be cool. And then we'll just kind of see what happens. It all depends on how quick we get them. It's kind of hard to try and schedule what ones we're going to do because you just never know how long it's going to take. The only shiny legendaries from Go were the Galarian birds, only because they're slightly harder. They have a 0.3 catch rate and a 90% flea rate, plus the shiny odds. In Sword, they were slightly easy. Yeah, I've used the, what is it called? The Daily Lure, where it, like, gives you the option to try, you potentially can encounter one of the Galarian birds. I have only encountered a Galarian bird twice, and I've used it for, like, 3 months daily. And on one of the days that I got a Galarian bird, I actually caught it. I used, like, a golden raspberry and caught it, right? The second time I encountered one, it fleed. Like, it was gone. And I was like, wow. And I've been unfortunate where I've only encountered the same Galarian bird both times. So, like, I got Moltres, and then I got Moltres again. So, caught one Moltres and one fled. I have not seen the Zapdos or the Articuno yet, which is kind of a bummer. You used 2 Master Balls from the researches, and now I'm getting the 3rd one, hopefully. Yeah, I started doing the research for the Master Ball, because I missed the Master Balls from the other ones. Like, I haven't gotten a single Master Ball yet. So this will be my first Master Ball once I finish this research. And definitely, I'm either going to save it for, like, I don't know what I'm saving it for. Probably one of those, I'm guessing. Because I'm pretty sure the shiny, like, legendaries from raids, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure those have, like, 100% catch rate or something, right? Because, like, they made the shinies have, like, the guaranteed catch rate. At least I remember that being the case for some of them. I don't know. You'll have to correct me. You used your Master Ball on Galarian Zapdos, Colin, and your wife got Articuno a few days later. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Come on, Mew. There you are. The only Pokemon worth it in Go are the birds. All the others have a really, really good odds, like 8 to 9 chances to catch. Yeah, because, like, it would make sense if you're going to use your Master Ball, use it on a Pokemon that has such, like, high odds for fleeing. So, yeah, I totally can see that. Now, did they release the shiny forms of the Galarian birds in Pokemon Go, or has that not been released yet? That's one of those things I don't think I remember if they said that they are out yet. I don't think they are, but maybe? They are shiny in Go. Okay, so yeah, like if I ran into a shiny Galarian bird, 100% that's what I'd use my Master Ball on then. Absolutely. No doubt. Alright, we are about to be at 1,200 encounters. Here we go. All right. Ah, there's the fiance right now. Hello. Hi, baby. We just hit 1,200 encounters. Yes, the fiance. All right. So, Magnetic Games, what would you say was your easiest shiny hunt? Since you have so many shinies, I'm sure it might be hard to pick, but what would you say was, like, the easiest one you had? Like, if you have a story for, like a quick one or an easy one. What was it? 3,247. Yeah, that was the number that she determined I'm going to get Shiny Mew on. And I'm really sad because I don't want it to be that long. It might be. Oh my gosh. There you are. To answer my own question, I would say some of the quickest shiny hunts that I've had are like random, just full odds ones where you're not expecting it. I remember when Sword and Shield had the DLC come out, I ran into this one patch of grass where Druddigon was, and the first Druddigon that I saw was a shiny Druddigon. Just random, completely random. I don't even think I had the shiny charm at that point. And I was like absolutely like blown away. I was so excited. I was really looking forward to getting a shiny Druddigon someday, and that was not when I was expecting to get one. I'd probably say some of the other quicker ones that I've had in the past are like SOS ones, where like you get them like in under 100 or like the first 100 or something like that. Those ones are pretty quick. All right. 1204. I'll be back. Gonna get dinner ready. Absolutely, Nerdhoon. Enjoy dinner. I will see you later. I think that was 12:05. All right. That stream overlay, though, thank you. Definitely looking cool, I think. I appreciate it. Fun one to make for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I have a really good feeling about the number 1,331. Something about that number feels lucky. And part of me is thinking that that could be the encounter for today. We'll see. All right. So I was looking online yesterday as well, and I was looking to see if they have like a Shiny Mew plush, because I was like, absolutely, there's no way that like the Pokemon Company has not released a Shiny Mew plush, like from the Pokemon Center or something. And I could not find a Shiny Mew plush online. Like, I found ones that were like fan-made, like crocheted ones, like on Etsy, and like just plushes in general on Etsy, which is kind of cool. Some of them look a little derpy, but like they're still cool. But then I found that they have like just this regular Mew plush from the Pokemon Center, and it's very, very, very pale pink. And it got me thinking, I wonder what would happen if you got a regular Mew plush and then you dyed it blue. Because literally like 2 streams ago, I think it was Nerdhoon who was joking about it, like painting a regular Mew to make it shiny. And it was like, well, you know, you could probably dye it. It would probably be purple. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I guess you'd have to test it first. I'd probably test it on some, like, pink fabric to see if it does turn purple. And then if it does, be like, alright, well, you know, L. But if it did turn blue, then that could be the way to go to possibly have a shiny Mew plush. Just saying. Pretty decent price, too. It was like $20 free shipping, where a lot of the Pokemon plushes tend to be kind of expensive, so I was kind of surprised by that. of the plush, of course. Or tested on a toe of the plush. Yeah, right? Just like underneath its foot where no one will see it. And then if somebody's just like, why does your Mew have a purple dot on its foot? It's just like, oh, no reason. But yeah. At first I thought you said, why does your Mew have a purple dog? Like, people call their toes their dogs? Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, technically, you know, it could go both ways there. However you want to interpret it. But one of the things that, like, the plush that the Pokemon Center releases of Mew that's, like, accurate to the games and, like, anime and stuff is that Mew has, like, a little toe bean. I think it has, like, one toe bean, and the plush actually has that. Whereas, like, the fan-made ones that are, like, crocheted or, like, just plushes, they don't have that. And it got me thinking, like, if you're gonna get a Mew plush, it should have a toe bean. Like, even in that picture right there, I don't even know if you can kind of make it out because it's, like, a sprite, but I'm pretty sure there's a toe bean there. If you Google Mew, there's like pictures of Mew that have it like clearer, but I was like, I want that specifically. It's like a very little detail, but it matters. But the reason why I even thought it would be possible was just how pale this plush was. Like, normal Mew, at least like in this type of like setting, he's very saturated pink, but this plush is so pale, like it practically might as well be white. Like it's less pink than it is white. So that's what got me thinking, like if you used a very light like pastel blue, I think it would be possible to actually make it blue. I don't think it would turn purple. So for science, I might have to test it. I think I messed that one up. Yep. There you are. Why are you running? That's the question. All right, 12:18. I did not press A on Pokemon, but that's okay. I feel like some of the button inputs have been weird today. Like, I had that thing a little bit ago where I was like, I could not press A to talk to Mew. It just was like sitting there. It was really weird. I'm wondering if it's like delay from OBS or something. I'm not sure why. Like that, for example, I definitely went down and right, and it only counted like down. That was really weird. Oh well. Alright, 12:20. If you are just joining the stream, we are Shiny Hunting Mew and Pokemon Emerald, as the title says. We've been Shiny Hunting Mew pretty much daily, minus yesterday, for about a week now, and we plan to continue doing so. So, if you guys are new, definitely would love to see you guys again. Hopefully you're here when we get that Shiny Mew. We've got a Discord that you can join. We have the announcements of when we go live. So definitely feel free to join. 1221. That is a great number right there. That would have been so good if we got it on 1221. I would have been so happy. But like I said, I have a good feeling about 1331 today. I don't know why. Right, 1228. I didn't say anything earlier when it happened because we were like mid-conversation with several people in the chat, but we got up to 10 viewers just a little bit ago in the first hour of the stream, so that was pretty awesome. I think prior to that, the most we've had in here at one point was like 8 or 9. So to see it hit 10 today makes me feel pretty good. I know that's not like a lot for most YouTubers and stuff and streamers, but it makes me feel good. So I appreciate everybody who's here. Slowly but surely, definitely feels like we're growing. Last couple weeks has been really nice. Getting a lot of cool new people. It's been a really fun time. Yo, what's going on, Chef? Nice. Welcome to the stream. Shiny Hunting Mew and Pokemon Emerald. How are you doing today? Alright, 12:30. But yeah, for anybody watching, if you haven't already, definitely would appreciate it if you guys drop a like on the stream. Definitely helps and goes a long way to kind of have that YouTube algorithm, have new people find the channel and stuff. So, much appreciated. We got a lot of fun stuff planned. A lot more cool shiny hunts that will be coming up after we get this Mew. We've got Deoxys planned, we've got Manaphy planned, Jirachi possibly in the works. We've got a lot of other just normal shiny hunting that we gotta get done. Gonna be doing some Dynamax adventures to get actual like chat participation as well. A lot of cool stuff coming up. There's this one streamer I found the other night. It was pretty late, and I was doing just some casual shiny hunting and wanted somebody to watch. And this guy was doing shiny resets for a shiny Chimchar in BDSP. And he was a really cool dude, just really chill. Was chatting with him in his chat. I've been to a couple of his streams since in the last couple days and just kind of like been checking in to see how it's going for his Chimchar hunt. He's been getting really a little unlucky though. He's found 2 shiny Starlies while trying to reset for a shiny starter, which is crazy. The odds of that, not very high. So he's a little unlucky, but I was hoping that today might be the day for him. I was watching his stream a little bit before starting up myself, and, you know, he wished us some luck on the Mew, so he's been a cool dude. But it's been nice just, like, kind of interacting with, like, newer people, like their chat, their stream, kind of seeing what they're doing, what kind of works with for them, kind of like, you know, talking with new people and stuff. It's been very exciting and kind of been, like, pumping me up. So, yeah. It's been fun. Oh, 1 second, guys. I think the fiance is home. Okay, it was not the fiance, it was the post service, which had decided to bring it right to the door. So that's crazy. Anyways, all right. So this is not shiny. We shall run. I thought it was funny while I was walking away from the desk. I was like, I wonder if that one's gonna be shiny. When I come back, it's gonna be shiny. But nope, it's not. All right, 12:33. So does anybody have some fun weekend plans? I know for me right now, it's like almost 1 o'clock on Saturday. I know for some people it's already kind of late depending on where you are in the world. But if anybody has some cool weekend plans, drop them in the chat. Curious what everybody's up to. I know tomorrow, me and the fiance, we will be going to do the Pokemon Community Day for Shiny Bond Suite. Hopefully you'll get 3 new shinies to add to the living decks. That will be awesome. But yeah, curious what you guys are up to. Right, 12:34. Oh, I messed that one up. There we go. Right, 12:35. Oops, we do not want to go to our bag. We want to run. Right, 12:40. Right, 12:44. Not shiny, unfortunately. Right, 1247. Alright, I am going to grab some water really quick before we move on to the next encounter. We're at 12:50 right this second, guys. So I'm going to grab water. I will be right back in 1 minute, and we shall continue. Okay, I am back. Stay hydrated. Hydrate moment. Okay. $12.51. All right, 12:54. All right, 1260. No shiny yet. Had to go coach him swim. Think another dice roll is in order. Absolutely. Go for it. What's this dice roll gonna be? $983, not too bad. So does that mean it's gonna be 983 more encounters on top of what we have now? I don't know. I'm thinking of Shiny Hunting Mew. I have COVID, so I don't have work or school for weeks. I mean, it's a really fun shiny hunt. It definitely is one of those ones where you kind of just have to keep going in and out, and, you know, it takes some time. You might get lucky and get it pretty quick, but I'd say it's definitely worth trying for. Absolutely go for it. And welcome to the stream, Mew. I like your username. It's very fitting for what we're going for. You'd still be in your lower variants for 2,000-ish encounters. Yeah, no, you're right, Colin. Absolutely. I think somewhere in the 2000s is possible. It's realistic. You know, it's 2,000 encounters. Yeah, definitely. Perfect username. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Mew. Yeah, I don't know, Colin. I would say 2,000 encounters would be nice. You know, you still work for it, obviously, but it's like not a crazy one, like 5,000 or 6,000 encounters or 10,000 encounters. It's just crazy. There was another streamer I was watching. They were doing horde resets in Oraz, and they were over 10,000 resets in for a horde for like, I think it was like a shiny Zigzagoon or something like that, like something crazy. At that point, I would just start hatching eggs and be like, okay, I'm giving up on trying to reset. Like 10,000 for like something not mythical or legendary, it's wild. An extra 5 chances at a shiny every 10 to 15 minutes or so. Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see what happens. Don't know too much about breeding Pokemon ended in Gen 5. Right. I would say breeding Pokemon in Gen 9, like Scarlet and Violet, is actually really good. Like, the Destiny Knot and the Everstone, like the Everstone's going to continue to make sure that you have the nature that you want. And then the Destiny Knot, I believe it's like a guaranteed 4 or 5 IVs when you have it for like Ditto or something like that. So it's really good. And then obviously like the shiny chances are really high too. More adept at breeding humans now. I mean, hey, that's what happens when you become a parent, for sure. Are you guys planning on having another at any point soon, or just the one for right now? I remember breeding competitive Ferrothorn and it taking weeks. Yeah, I feel like it's just gotten so much easier to do now. Because, like, even if you don't necessarily use the Everstone, like, to guarantee the nature, which is kind of like, why wouldn't you at this point, since you can? They do have, like, the nature mints and stuff now, so, like, you can get the nature you want anyways. But I feel like having a guaranteed nature on a Pokemon, if you're going to take the time to, like, breed for it, especially if you're going for, like, a shiny or something, absolutely use the Destiny Knot and the Everstone to get the nature you want and good IVs. One and done, my guy. Kids are expensive hobby. I feel ya. I feel ya. I can imagine. Well, that's cool. Sock My Dad Jenkins, is it being emulated? If not, what did you do to unlock the event? So yeah, this is on an emulator because in order to get the old C map to do the Mew event, you had to literally be at an event very, very rarely in like 20 years ago. So unfortunately, I was not able to go to that event, so I am using an emulator to get here, and then we're just doing an actual shiny hunt for it. So you kind of have to bend the rules a little bit to get to this point, and then the actual shiny hunt itself, you know, is all of the fun of the full shiny hunting. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Sock My Dad Jenkins. Hope you're doing good today. That was 1284 just now. But the cool thing is, so because, again, most people who are shiny hunting Mew at this point, like I said, you kind of have to bend the rules a tiny bit to get here to be able to start the shiny hunt. However, doing the actual shiny hunt itself, you know, most people will consider it a legitimate shiny because you still have to shiny hunt. You know, it's 1 in 8,192 odds. You're still putting in the work to get the shiny. Just getting here is a little bit of the gray area. But the cool thing is you're probably like, well, why would you bother to shiny hunt something on an emulator? Like, that doesn't make sense. Well, I have it set up where I have a copy of the Pokemon game itself. So what I can do is I can actually take the save from this emulator and put it on my Emerald cartridge. And then from there, I can transfer it to Generation 4, Generation 5, 6, 7, all the way up to, like, Pokemon Home, essentially. So that's kind of why I'm going to the trouble of doing it, is that there actually will be the option of having it afterwards, which is really cool. And don't even get me started on how much setup it took to be able to even figure out how to get that to work, because you can ask my fiance, I complained about it for like a week straight, trying to get it set up, testing stuff out, spending hours on Reddit threads trying to get it to like work, and it was a pain. I did. See, yep, she just confirmed it. The only thing that's still an issue that I have to get around is doing the Pokemon Transporter, which is like where you get your Pokemon to Generation like 5, and then trying to get it from like Generation 5 up to 6. That is a little difficult because I did have Pokebank, and I had the subscription where you get Poke Transporter, but it was on a 3DS that I no longer can find. I'm pretty sure it's in storage from when I moved, and I have my other 3DS with me, but it doesn't have Poke Transporter on it, so I need to figure out how to fix that issue. Yeah, exactly. RIP eShop. Rest in peace, 3DS eShop. Unbelievable. So I might have to figure out that hurdle, but once I do, I will be able to get the Mew all the way up to home, which will be awesome. And that pretty much goes for Shiny Deoxys once I start that hunt in this game as well. And other ones, I don't really have that issue because it's going to be like they're on actual cartridges that I have to do the other hunts for. Good luck, mate. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Alright, 1286. Yeah, if you are a fan of shiny hunting and watching Pokemon content, definitely consider joining our Discord too, because we do notifications when we go live. Pretty much streaming pretty regularly on YouTube. Was doing Twitch before. Might try and consider maybe going back and forth or doing both at the same time. I have to do a little research as to how that works, but definitely feel free to join us so that you can watch some more as well, Jenkins. Mew said, I spent way too long researching, figuring out how to transfer from an emulator to home, and now I barely use it. I feel you. Yeah, it took so much research and time to look into it, just to even know if it was going to be feasible, and like finally getting it to work felt so good. Like I felt like a genius, and it wasn't even like the craziest thing, but I felt so proud that I got it to work. And it just made it very possible to now be able to do these shiny hunts. For sure gonna look into that emulation transfer. This hunt alone interests me enough. Yeah, it's a really fun one. Definitely worth it. If you want a quick brief synopsis of what it kind of involves, I can kind of go through that. I actually planned on releasing a video eventually once we get Mew, kind of just talking about how much work went into the initial prep before shiny hunting. But I will definitely do a quick little example and explanation of what you have to do. So essentially what you have to do is you have to have a DS or a DS Lite. So you got to have one of those to start with. And then from there, you need to have a copy of whatever Pokemon game you're playing. In this case, Emerald for me. And then what you need to then do is you need to buy this thing called an R4 cartridge for your DS, which essentially is pretty much what a DS cartridge looks like. Only thing is, it has an SD card slot at the top, and it allows you to be able to essentially do a lot of things, like pretty much kind of like homebrew for a DS, where you can like put all kinds of ROMs on there and play like a bunch of games. In my case, I'm not really interested in that because it's not something where I'm going to probably sit and ever play on the DS. It's just not what I really wanted it for. I only wanted it for being able to do the GBA transfer, which is where like you can take a save file from an emulator, put it onto the SD card, and then transfer that save file onto the cartridge. That was the only thing I wanted. And like I said, I had to spend hours on like Reddit threads and like trying links from people and risking and hoping I don't get a virus on my computer, which thankfully I didn't. And eventually was able to get it to work where the software worked, but then I had the wrong version of like the actual like main root of the program. Got it all tested and figured out. I think I had like 4 folders that I made with different revisions testing it all. And when it finally worked, I was so happy. My first ever Pokemon game was on an R4. Oh, cool. Very nice. I honestly didn't even realize that they were a thing. Like, very recently did I know that was a thing when I was considering starting to do these hunts. I really want to do a living dex in black and white too. Oh, yeah. That would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. I actually finished my, like, living dex in Pokemon Home, so, like, all the way from, like, 0001 all the way to 1025, so I got every Pokemon in Pokemon Home, and I actually finished that back in March, and that's what kind of prompted me to want to start working on a shiny living dex, because I'm like, well, I already accomplished this, and way earlier than I thought. Like, I thought it was going to take longer, but I got it done in March of this year, so I was like, well, I'm going to start on a shiny living dex, and like currently we're at 210 right now. So we're going to keep grinding. My goal is to try and hit 300 by the end of the year, and then kind of just see what happens after that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully Mew and the other mythicals don't give us too much trouble, and we're actually able to make that happen. Yo, what's going on, RW6? Welcome back. How you doing? We are also back at it. Shiny Hunting Mew. Need Oh, I missed your message earlier, Colin. Need eShop titles on the Switch shop or more games on the Switch emulator. I 100% agree. Absolutely, Colin. A fully legit shiny dex is the absolute supreme. Yeah, that's what I'm trying for. Definitely gonna try for it. Doing alright. I slept really, really good. Hey, that's great. I had the opposite thing. I slept really bad last night. I was in, like, a lot of pain and wasn't really feeling great. And then this morning I woke up and was not feeling great. But I got pretty hyped up once we started streaming. And it's always cool to have everybody here in the chat. So, feeling pretty excited right now. Trying to drink some caffeine. I've got about halfway down on a Monster. And it's helping a little bit. Alright, we are about to hit 1,300. And like I said earlier today, I really felt like 1331 was going to be a lucky number. So, yeah, we'll have to see. The PC boxes of the very best who really was. Yeah, right? Exactly. I think in home, I forget how many boxes it actually takes. It's less boxes than you would think. I think it's like, oh man. Let me see. It's like 4 or 5 boxes for Generation 1, and then like Generation 2 is a box or 2. I want to say it's like maybe just about 10 or 11 boxes is like the full living decks in home, which is really not that crazy. It took an entirety of like playing Pokemon though to get there. Like I have Pokemon all the way back from like the original games that I started playing on, like from like my first Pearl playthrough when I was a kid back in 2006, all the way up to like current Pokemon stuff, you know, to get to 1025. So it's been a long endeavor to do a living dex, but it's been a blast. Highly recommend it. And the shiny living dex, that's definitely going to take a lot longer. We had somebody in here earlier who was saying that they were at like 660 something for their shiny living dex, which is crazy. Not sure if they're still here. Let me see. Yeah, Magnetic Games. They were talking about it, which is really cool. All right, 1292. So any of you guys got some good weekend plans? It's pretty much afternoon for me now on Saturday. Curious if you guys got any fun stuff going on tomorrow or today. Maybe just chilling, playing some Pokemon possibly. Any of you guys doing a shiny hunt? How do you feel about the free shiny Ponyta from Arceus? How do I feel about it? Well, in my shiny living dex video, I literally made a secondary account on my Switch just to play through that part of the game again and get Ponyta, because it's a free Ponyta. So that's how I feel about it. It's a free shiny. I will gladly take it. Anything that saves somebody hunting time? Absolutely. Thank you, Nintendo. Yeah, I'm just chilling playing Pokemon Rogue. You know, Nerdhoon was telling me about Pokemon Rogue 2 RW6. He was saying he really likes it. He was at like level 186 and was taking on like a Rayquaza today, and then he lost and had to restart. It's something I'm curious about actually trying, so I'm thinking I'm gonna give it a shot. One of the best shinies given away for free. Exactly, Colin, yeah. No, absolutely. I have nothing but good things to say about that. When I did my first playthrough of Legends Arceus, you know, obviously you get the shiny Ponyta. I evolved it to Rapidash, and then that's why I went back to get the second one so that I have Ponyta and Rapidash for the decks. But I think it's kind of cool that they do that. I feel like they should do more stuff like that. Didn't they have one? I don't remember exactly. I feel like they had one in the post-game of Black and White, or maybe it was post-game of Black and White 2. Don't they give you like a shiny Dratini or something? I can't remember. Part of me is, I'm trying to remember right now. I remember hearing something about that. I don't think I ever did it, which is one of those things I might actually have to do at some point just for the fun of it. I personally spent hours getting a shiny Ponyta to use it as a flame body mon for breeding, and then Legends Arceus immediately gave me a free one 2 weeks later, and I will always hate it for that. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, if you spend a lot of time doing like shiny hunting for Pokemon, and then you have the option to be able to get it after, especially for free, that's brutal. It is in Black and White too. Okay, cool. Thank you, Colin, for confirming that. I thought so. Yeah, that would be another example of like a cool shiny, and especially Dratini. That's a great shiny Pokemon to get for free. You get shiny Haxorus in black and white too, I think. Oh, okay. So maybe it's that you get shiny Dratini in one of them, and maybe it's Haxorus in the other. That's very possible. That would be really cool. Also, welcome to the chat, DBZ Peter. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day. For completing the regional decks, yeah. Definitely cool, though, that they, you know, given shinies out for free in the games. But that Ponyta one's a great one. It's a good shiny, too. There you are, Mew. Come on, we gotta get to 1300. Mew is giving us some trouble. Good luck with your Mew hunt. Thanks so much, DBZ Peter. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Pretty much been trying to do this daily. It's one of those things where, like, I really am wanting to try and do it consistently so we can get this shiny Mew. So if you're interested in continuing to watch the shiny Mew or like Pokemon or shiny Pokemon, definitely consider dropping a subscribe or a like. We also got our Discord where we kind of notify when we're going live. I think we have a few people in the Discord that are actually in chat right now. So definitely feel free to join too and stay up to date with what we're doing. But I appreciate the luck. Thank you so much. Shame we already get plenty of shiny Haxorus. Yeah. Shiny Haxorus is so cool, though. It's honestly one of my favorites. I think I mentioned that in the last stream, that, like, shiny Haxorus is, like, my go-to shiny hunting buddy. I've got full swipe on him, and, you know, pretty much all of the shinies that I've gotten in Legends Arceus, you know, he's been there helping me get them. He's one of the first ones I got. I did, like, a shiny Axew outbreak, an outbreak of Axew, and got a shiny Axew. Can you imagine an outbreak of all shiny Pokemon? That would defeat the whole purpose. My mistake. But yeah, shiny Haxorus is so cool. Alright, 2 more, and we are going to hit 1300. Alright, $12.99, guys. If we get it on 1300, that would be insane. We'll have to see. Felt like there's so many shinies you can get in Arceus on my 100% file. I got 2 teams of shinies just playing the game. You know, it's kind of crazy you say that, because I found only 1 shiny in my playthrough. I found a shiny Buizel. And I remember being so excited about it, because I was like, oh wow, shiny Buizel, that's really cool. I didn't have one. I evolved it into shiny Floatzel. It was really cool. But that's it. I haven't really gotten good shiny luck in that game, and what's crazy is everybody says that that game is so good for shiny hunting, and people get so lucky in that game, and I think maybe what it is I haven't, like, perfected all of the dex entries, and I think that plays a component into, like, the shiny odds. So I feel like that's something I probably would have to spend a little time doing. That's just not something I really did when I was playing through it. So I might have to look into that again. But yeah. Well, we hit 1300, no shiny Mew on 1300, and we actually just hit just over 2 hours on the stream. Do you play with sound on? Yes, I actually do have, like, my headphones that I play with the sound on, but they actually just died like 15 minutes ago. So right now I don't have any headphones on, so I don't get to hear the music right this second. Which I was kind of like thinking, like, if we got the shiny while I didn't have headphones on, I was gonna miss the actual shiny sound effect, which would have sucked. But we didn't get it, so I'm gonna have to charge my headphones up so that they're good. But what I actually was gonna say was, we just hit the 2 hour mark. As much as I'd like to keep going, I've kind of been keeping these to about 2 hours, just because of my hip. I have an injury right now, so it's not really comfortable to sit in one spot too long. Do you have much of an opinion on shiny odds increasing in the newer gens? I think it's a good thing. Like, the 1 in 4,096 versus 1 in 8,192 is a very welcome change. And then obviously you got the shiny charm, which increases the odds, you know. I thought that that was a great mechanic for encouraging shiny hunting and there being better odds. But I will say, doing these hunts with the full odds of the old generations is really exciting, and it feels probably really good when you do get it. Like, I'm gonna freak out when I get the shiny. The shiny Jingle helped a ton when I was getting Spiritomb. Oh, you're meaning was I playing with the sound on for Legends Arceus? Yes, I also was, to answer your question, yes. But anyways, back to what I was saying though. I am actually going to wrap up for right now. It was so cool hanging out with everybody. Got a lot of new people in the chat, so I hope to see you guys again. We're going to continue this Shiny Mew hunt till we get it, and we've got a bunch of other Shinies that we're going to be hunting also afterwards. So definitely, please see you guys again. Yeah, I know. Oh, dang. You just joined a little bit ago. I'm sorry, RW6. But yeah, gonna be trying to stream. Probably will do one tomorrow. Like I said, Community Day for Shiny Bonsui is tomorrow. But I will try and do a stream tomorrow. We'll do another like 2-hour one. So if you guys want to hang out tomorrow, definitely stop by. If you're not in the Discord, feel free to join the Discord because I do announce what time we're going to stream, and then I also announce when we're actually live. So definitely one of the best ways to get notified. Also, just being on YouTube, if you're subscribed and have the notification bell, you'll also get notified as well. So whatever works best for you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, also drop a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm to actually have new people join. We've gotten a lot of new people lately, and it's been so fun. So would love to keep that trend going. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next stream tomorrow. So have a great Saturday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.